Hello, Pokemon fans! Kaminari here to tell you I have a Pokemon theory just for you. Pokemon Sun and Moon are coming out at the end of the year, and I have speculations of the current crisis and what kind of Pokemon will cause that crisis. Okay, everybody, let's get to work here. Now, there were 3 Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, that actually got me a little interested in what's going to be the new crisis. Okay, we got Team Rocket is doing some corporate takeover, which is small fry stuff. It happens all the time, every day. And then you got environmental destruction with Team Aqua and Team Magma. You got the creating a new universe with Team Galactic. Freeing Pokemon and Pokemon with Plasma. And then you got killing everybody and renewing the world with Team Flare. Now, these are always been destructive in their own nature, but the most interesting of it, since Gen 7 is coming out, and in April, we're going to get something new, but we don't know yet. So here's a Pokemon theory, okay? We have 3 legendary Pokemon. Their species names are as follows: Quantum, Singularity, and Thermodynamics. Okay, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, seriously. Those species names gotta be something wrong with here. It's like, but it occurred to me, those 3 have something in common. I'm saying it will going to be a man-made black hole as a crisis. I know, right? It's like, wait a minute, a black hole? That's a little far-fetched. But it's not. Believe it or not, there is a laboratory somewhere in Europe that is the Hadron Collider that creates miniature black holes every second. Now, if one false move on everybody's end in that laboratory, it can create a black hole that will suck up the whole Earth. And this is a theory that made a lot of sense because of this 3 species names. Okay, what do we know about these? These are actually the leaked Pokemon. I found this on the leaked Pokemon list, and thanks to Birdkeeper Toby, who I'm going to do a shout out, that did explain a whole lot about, like, what are these new Pokemon going to be, what they're going to look like, are we going to get, like, older generation starters, so on and so forth. I am not worried about the starters. I'm worried about the legendary Pokemon. I really love them. But there always been some speculations of it. One of the known legendary Pokemon is Magearna, which is man-made. Man-made has nothing to do with physics, right? No, it's mechanics. Think of mechanics as a part of physics. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. The three legendary Pokemon are based on physics alone. Okay, what's Quantum? Quantum has something to do with light. This will be our Sun's legendary Pokemon. Something to do with light. And then you got Thermodynamics, which is just heat. Since the typing is actually water and fire, it kind of makes sense. But we do have Volcanion that is coming out very soon, which is awkward. I mean, we never seen this type before, a fire and water type. What is going to happen? Actually, it's based on steam. Steam is actually part of the whole physics thing. You gotta heat up water in order to make steam and all that. And it's literally water vapor. And then you got the Singularity. Now, Singularity is just that. There's like so many definitions about it. For example, you've heard like the singularity in a black hole. Am I right? If you don't, it's fine. It's just that when you go through a black hole, you're literally floating in there, you're spaghettified, you're pretty much non-existent to time and space. Let's see, let me get a definition of singularity. Okay, definition of, okay, this is why I'm doing this theory, and it makes sense. In the center of a black hole is a gravitational singularity, a one-dimensional point that contains a huge mass into infinitely small space, where its dense and gravity becomes infinite. Time-space curves infinitely, where the laws of physics that we know cease to operate. Technically speaking, it's just too dense, you can't do anything. That will be our moon Pokemon. And then you got the thermodynamics, which is actually just in between. Kind of like your third one. Kind of like our Zygarde of this generation, where it's supposed to be some form of balance. So I'm calling this trio the physics trio. If you want to, we can say science trio whatsoever, or a science quad because of Magearna, but that's it. But what about the other trio, the time trio? Believe it or not, that is a separate theory, but I'll cover it right now. The separate theory is we got 3 other Pokemon that is considered a trio. You got the rock ghost type, and then you got like 2 of the ghost steel type. Now, I've seen ghost steel type before. I've seen ghost rock types before because this is from the previous generation. It's nothing new. However, it says that their species names have something to do with time. Well, we don't have Dialga around, so why bother? Believe it or not, these 3 Pokemon are considered known as I think it's a time loop or a timeline Pokemon. These are timeline Pokemon that you've never thought of. Think back of Charles Dickens's, what was it? A Christmas Story, A Christmas Story, which you got Ebenezer Scrooge, and he's got visited by 3 spirits. The ghost type makes a lot of sense because these are spirits. The ghost and rock type is representative of the Pokemon of the past. And then you got 2 steel types. I think the first steel type is considered modern day, or the current, or the present, whereas the other one is representing of the future. Now, why does this matter to this? I mean, this Pokemon theory has nothing to do with the other legendary trio that are going to be in the box art and all that, what caused the crisis. That's because the time Pokemon that you see, the 3 Pokemon you see, are actually linked to the physics trio in a sense. Think about it. Dialga and Palkia, I'm going to use these 2 for example. Dialga is actually the Pokemon of time, whereas the Palkia is a Pokemon of space. They are created by Arceus, or I don't know how you pronounce it. I say Arceus. All hail Arceus, the god of all. Okay, I'm patronizing the fandom, but forgive me, I'm just this passionate about this kind of Pokemon generation that got me interested. Now, the other Pokemon are just so bizarre, I can't even point out what's new. But these are always the link. These are not really the ones that we wanted to know about. We won't know until next month. for more from CoroCoro. I'll have you posted. But these are actually the leaked list of Pokemon, and these are not, I believe they're not the correct one, but it makes it a little interesting if they really are. Now, why do I say a black hole? Why are these all connected? These 3 Pokemon, you got the time Pokemon that are coming out as a trio, and then you got the other one that is Quantum, Singularity, and Thermodynamic, the physics trio. And that is because without time, matter don't really exist. I mean, we won't really exist. We won't go forward in time without creating matter. That's the thing. Now, it could go in another direction. I mean, it could go based off of something biblical, like the Weather Trio. Yes, I'm going to use Generation 3 as an example. These 3, believe it or not, these 3 Pokemon are actually based on the Revelations. Yes. You got Groudon, you got Kyogre, and you got Rayquaza. Yeah, not Reshiram. These are based on Revelations. You got the Behemoth. You got the Leviathan. Yes, Leviathan is more of a fish than an actual serpent. And then you got Sis, which is a bird. Well, they're not really well represented in the Pokemon series, but you know exactly what they are. Because it makes kind of like sense. You got the land, you got the beasts of the land, you got the beasts of the sea, and then you got the beasts of the skies. But they're meant to be like after everything has gone down during the whole Armageddon thing, they end up being food for those who survived. Yes, this is kind of biblical. And then you got something of the following one that has to do with time and space. Then you got Arceus and Giratina. Now, like I said, these 2 are also based on biblical things. You got God, which is Arceus, and you got the devil. Remember, it was Arceus' choice to send Giratina into the reverse world, or a separate world. And it's the same thing. Although some people will say, oh no, it's not that. It's not that at all. But I'm being very serious about this. And then you got Generation 5 Pokemon series, which is kind of make no sense at all, except they represent ideal, truth, and then the void. I see as Kyurem as a void kind of Pokemon, more of like without that particular Pokemon, you cannot have the whole Dragon of Truth or whole Dragon of Ideals. And then Generation 6, was based on Norse mythology. You got the Bird of Death, you got the Deer of Life, and then you got the Serpent that balanced both life and death. And that is what Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde is based on. But what about these other 3? These 3 are based on physics alone. Now, I cannot say anything. What I'm going to do is I'll get the names of the original Pokemon. Now, these are, like I said, leaked. Okay, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. The normal ghost Pokemon is Ibushi, which is the Quantum Pokemon. A normal ghost type? No. I don't think that's a good idea, but it's supposed to be something. Quantum is light-based, not ghost-based. You got Juhuru, which is the Singularity Pokemon, which is a Dark and Psychic, which I can see Dark and Psychic all as a well-balanced Pokemon. I can do Dark Fairy, which is okay. Then Shioni, which is a fire ice type Pokemon, which is a thermodynamic Pokemon. These 3 are actually based on physics. You've heard of quantum physics, you've heard of astrophysics, and then you got mechanical physics. That's where the thermodynamic came from. Okay. And then you got Magiana, or Magiana. I'm reading what's down here. Magiana is the 791st Pokemon, which is man-made. Man-made. This is basically a mechanic Pokemon. Mechanics. Like I said, without the basic laws of nature. Think of the known Pokemon. They're based off of nature itself. Every single last known legendary Pokemon are based off of nature alone. And then you got the 3 new legendary Pokemon based on the laws of nature, aka the laws of physics. You got quantum, you got singularity, and then you got thermodynamics. So what about the time trio? The time trio, without them, there's no, it's part of the law of nature. You can't go backwards, you must go forward. And that's what the ghost type duel with rock and steel type are based off of. Past, present, and future. Let's see. Sorry, that's my phone. If you have any questions of my theory, why do I think this theory makes a lot of sense, that there is going to be a black hole as a crisis, but we don't know what the team going to be. We don't know what the team is going to be and what's their real plan. All I'm saying is the evil team that's going to destroy the world is going to use this laboratory to create a huge black hole to destroy the world. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Maybe I can give you more information about the new Pokemon series coming up. More of the information, my theories. I know I'm going on in a tantrum. Forgive me. Why do I have like some weird blonde hair? I just decided to do it. So happy spring and happy Easter to everybody. And thank you so much for watching it. With always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.